Good evening. Good day, everyone. Welcome. I'm live. I'm live. Welcome to our August full moon meditation. You know, I had to come on to do our full moon meditation. Can't miss that. So, welcome everyone. I am Rev Melissa, and this is our special sip full moon meditation. So, welcome and let me prepare you for this evening. So, have something to write with and something to write on. We're going to do some releasing in the guided meditation, and we will also do some what I like to call inspirational journaling. So, you should have two pieces of paper, a piece of paper for what you want to release, because you're not going to hold on to it. We are releasing and letting it go. And then another piece of paper that you want to keep. And it will be your starting point for a conversation with yourself after the meditation is done, maybe as part of your evening practices or your morning practice tomorrow. So we're just going to be open to receive what is here for us to receive this evening. So we always start with a little information about the full moon, and then we do our inspirational readings. So I will read something with you or to you, and we go into our guided meditation, inspirational journaling, and then we end with a affirmative prayer just to anchor everything in. And then I have a couple of announcements. All right? So you're ready? I think you're ready. So here we go. So this is the August full moon in Pisces. So this full moon reaches peak illumination on August 28th at approximately 12:18 a.m. Eastern Time. This full moon is also known as the Sturgeon Moon, which is named after the fish. So sturgeon means to stir, and the sturgeon fish makes a stirring motion when it's looking for food. So this was said to be the most ready. This is the time when they could get caught. So that's why this moon is also referred to as the Sturgeon Moon. The Sturgeon Moon symbolizes abundance, resilience, sustenance, and the wisdom to recognize what is ready to be harvested. So, some other names for this August full moon are the corn moon, racing moon or ricing moon, the harvest moon, black cherries moon. I like that one. Flying up moon. I like that one too. And mountain shadows moon. I like that one as well. So these names reflect the rhythms of late summer, harvesting, gathering, ripening, and recognizing what Earth has provided for us. This year's full moon occurs alongside a partial lunar eclipse. So there's a partial lunar eclipse that is happening. And we know that a lunar eclipse is when the Earth moves between the sun and the moon, causing the Earth's shadow to fall across the moon. So for this one, it's approximately 94% of the moon will be covered by the Earth's shadow. So if you're in New York, you could see the eclipse maybe unfold tomorrow evening into the early morning of Friday. And it reaches its maximum shortly after midnight tomorrow. Metaphysically, the lunar eclipse offers us an invitation to examine the relationship between the light and the shadow. So let's remember that the moon does not lose its light simply because a shadow passes across it or over it. And like there are circumstances in our lives where a shadow crosses over or passes over us, And that's okay because we also know that our light is still shining. The light remains, right? So this full moon invites us to ask, what changes when I change my perspective? What changes when I change my perspective? So this offers us the opportunity to interpret the shadow as evidence that the light may appear to be gone, or we can recognize that the shadow is temporary and that the light remains present even when we cannot fully see it. So, from a spiritual perspective, the full moon invites us to remember the importance of not necessarily changing what we are looking at, but to change how we see what we are looking at. So the partial lunar eclipse gives us a beautiful visual metaphor for this spiritual truth. So from our perspective on Earth, it appears the darkness is overtaking the moon, yet nothing has happened to the moon's inherent wholeness. So the moon is still there, the sun is still shining, the light has not disappeared. Our view of it has temporarily changed. So there are times in our lives when it may appear to be a shadow, when we cannot see the way forward, when circumstances appear contrary to what we know spiritually, or when fear invites us or even convinces us that something essential has been lost. We are invited to look again because the shadow is not the whole story, right? So this full moon also occurs in the water sign of Pisces. So Pisces is traditionally associated with intuition, compassion, imagination, spirituality, surrender, and our connection to the unseen. So this Pisces full moon as another invitation to us to soften our need to control or think that we control everything. And it invites us to listen more deeply to our inner wisdom and release what no longer needs to be carried. It's time to put some stuff down, right? To lay it down, let it go. Pisces also reminds us that what we release doesn't have to be forceful. We don't have to force it, right? We could just be like water. Yes? Be like water and allow it to flow in the surrendering, to let it cleanse and make room for something new. So we can release the shadow without fighting the shadow. Only thing the shadow is asking for is light to be integrated, right? To be seen, to be acknowledged. So, with the sun in Virgo, so shout out to all the Virgos, opposite the moon in Pisces, we're going to shout out to the Pisces too. We are invited to honor both the practical and the spiritual, the visible and the invisible, the doing and the being, discernment and intuition, structure and surrender. So that's a sip of this August full moon in Pisces, in Pisces. So I hope that has been helpful and enlightening for you. All right. So now we're going to shift into our inspirational reading. So today's inspirational reading is coming to you from Ayana Van Zant's book, Spiritual Hygiene, A Practical Path for Clean Living, Inner Authority, and Divine Freedom. So I'm just getting into this book and I am enjoying it a lot. So she opens some of the chapters with a prayer. So I'm going to share this prayer with you for the chapter called Finding Your Center, Returning to Your Spiritual Core. So just relax, and just listen. And after this, we'll go into our guided meditation. Beloved divine presence, source of all that is, anchor me now in the truth of who I am. Still the noise of the outer world so that I may hear the whisper within. Clear the static of fear, comparison, and inherited belief. Make way for the sacred knowing that cannot be taught, only remembered. Let the breath be my guide. Let the heart be my altar. Let the core of my being rise in recognition of its own radiance. Where I have drifted, call me home. Where I have betrayed myself, bring forgiveness. Where I have forgotten, awaken the seed of truth that has never left me. I come now because I am reclaiming all that I am. I am here because I am willing. I welcome the clarity, the courage, and the stillness to live from the place within me that has always known that you love me. Amen, Ashe, Aho, and so it is. Thank you, Ayana Van Zant. That's a beautiful prayer. All right, so let's prepare now for our guided meditation. So get comfortable if you're not comfortable already. If there's people in the space with you, just let them know you're going to do a meditation so that you won't be disturbed. And just have those 2 pieces of paper or your journal handy and something to write with. Okay? All right. So let's just close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, we open our hearts, we open our minds, we open our bodies to be in a position to receive and to let go. So let's just take a slow, deep breath. And let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And take another full breath in and let it go. And let's take one more breath in and let it go. And just allow yourself to become still, still within and still without. Allow your body to relax and just do a quick scan of your body from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And just tap into anything that you are holding, any tension you're holding in your body. I know for me, sometimes I hold tension in my shoulders. So you might want to gently roll your shoulders back, roll them forward, and breathe. Just breathe deeply into all parts of your body. This body that sustains us, this body that we are so grateful for. And we go within and we go deeper and we go higher. And we breathe and we just let the day go. Whatever this day was for you, we let it go. And we welcome ourselves into this now moment. And as you breathe gently and normally, just bring to your mind's eye the full August full moon. Just imagine this beautiful full moon shining in the night sky. It is bright, it is brilliant, it is beautiful, it is beaming. Allow yourself to see the fullness of it right above you. See its light illuminating the darkness, and it is a sight to see. And we breathe. And since it's a partial lunar eclipse, we're going to now imagine a shadow slowly moving across the moon. And we notice the shadow moving across the moon, and we don't judge it, we don't resist it, we don't even try to stop it. We just simply notice it. And we breathe. And now allow something in your own life to come into your awareness, something that you are ready and willing to release. Something, or maybe even someone, that you no longer need to carry. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's a relationship that's complete. Maybe it's an old story. Maybe it's a disappointment. Maybe it's a belief about yourself that you know now is no longer true. Something that you have been carrying that you no longer need. Maybe it's something you've been carrying that doesn't even belong to you. Just bring that to mind. Just simply see it. And as you see it, remember that the shadow is not the whole story. Behind the shadow, the light is still shining. So let's take another deep breath. And as you exhale, imagine yourself releasing this shadow, whatever it may be, into the divine light with love. And let's take a moment just to be with that releasing, with that letting go, with that laying down. And now take your piece of paper that we're going to use for releasing and just answer these questions. What shadow am I willing to release into the light? What shadow am I willing to release into the light? And just write that down, not the story, just write down what it is. Just name it. Don't question it, don't analyze it, don't judge it. Just write it down. Beautiful. Here's the second question. What am I willing to see differently? Remembering that this shadow is not the whole story. What am I willing to see differently? Remembering that this shadow is not the whole story. So, this is when we lock into that higher perspective, that willingness to see things from a different perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a wholeness perspective, from a love perspective. What am I willing to see differently? Remembering that this shadow is not the whole story. And we breathe and we take a moment to capture whatever that may be. And let's take a breath. That was wonderful. You did a great job releasing and remembering that the shadow is not the whole story. And so now just quietly affirm to yourself, I release what no longer serves me. And take a breath. I surrender it into the light. And take a breath. The light within me has never stopped shining. The light within me has never stopped shining. And take a breath. And now you can take that second piece of paper, maybe it's your journal, whatever it is fine. And we're going to go back within, close our eyes, settle in again, because look at the space we have created within us. Simply through the willingness to release, to let go, to put down what we have been carrying, that is complete. Now we have some wiggle room, yeah? So bring your awareness to the abundance already present in your life. And the abundance can simply be your breath, your body. Your abundance can be the people who love you, the lessons you have learned, the opportunities before you. the beauty you have witnessed, the ways life has sustained you, even when you did not know how you would make it through. That is abundance. So let us bring that into our awareness. Beautiful. The abundance could be the love from a pet, like this one. Just bring that abundance into your consciousness now. And take a breath. And then write on your paper, the abundance I now recognize in my life is. The abundance I now recognize in my life is. Just complete that sentence. The abundance I now recognize as my life is. And just write whatever is there. There's no wrong answer. And take a breath. And let's take a breath. The second prompt to complete from a spiritual perspective, I now see. Complete the sentence. From a spiritual perspective, I now see. Wonderful. Now take a breath. We're just going to pause there. You can continue tonight. You could set a bedtime intention about it and see what comes through in the morning. And as we take a deep breath in, just silently whisper to yourself, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, shadow. Thank you, light. Thank you, love. Thank you, life. Thank you. And so we're just going to sit in the silence just for a moment longer in that awareness that you are surrounded by, immersed in, saturated by this expression of an abundant universe that you are. You are the abundance of the universe. So let us just appreciate that gift from this August full moon. And let's anchor that in affirmative prayer. So there is one infinite presence, light, love, wisdom, wholeness, and abundance. It is everywhere present, flowing through all of life, and there is nowhere that life is not. There is nowhere that source is not. There is nowhere that love is not. There is nowhere that God is not. And so I know this presence as the truth of who I am. And so I know that no shadow has the power to diminish the light within me. I shine my light in and with the shadow, and I integrate it and I bathe it in the love that it is. I release what is complete. I surrender what I no longer need to carry. I trust the wisdom within me. I allow love to transform what I release, and I give thanks. I give thanks for the abundance that surrounds me. Thank you for what has sustained me. Thank you for what has grown. Thank you for what is still unfolding. And I am knowing that even when I cannot see the light is still shining. So I trust it, I receive it, I live from it, and I know it. So I release this fully and completely into the law, knowing that love takes care of it. And knowing that this is the truth, we say, and so it is. And so it is. And we breathe. You could slowly open your eyes. Take another deep breath. Just allow yourself to get grounded into the physical space. You might want to wiggle your toes or give yourself a little shimmy just to bring yourself into the physical again. Wonderful, wonderful. You all did great. So what are you going to do with these two pieces of paper that you have? So the invitation for the one where you released is to release it. So you don't need to hold on to it. You don't need to say, "Oh, I need to remember what I released." No, you don't. Just let it go. So you can tear it up. You could shred it. If there's a safe way for you to do so, you could burn it. You can bury it. You want to let it go. So between now and when the full moon is fully illuminated, which is on August 28th, you want to release it. Okay? I encourage you to go out and see the full moon in all of its glory. So it looks pretty full now. I saw it last night and she was like, hey, full of fullness. So make sure you go outside and just let that light of the full moon drench you. Yes? And then the other writing that you did, maybe there's more that wants to be known. So just be gentle and kind with yourself as things come up and just capture it. And remember, we're not analyzing, we're not judging, and we are not figuring it out. Okay? You don't have nothing to figure out. Just let it pour through you onto the page. And that might keep occurring the next couple of days, over the month. Just allow it. Okay? All right. All right. So I do have a couple of announcements and then I'm going to check in with y'all real quick. So please join us if you are in the New York area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Join us on Tuesday, September 1st. We're having a concert, a collaborative concert with our UUCR family, with Jesse Powers, a wonderful, dynamic singer, songwriter. It's called Songs and Stories from the Spiritual Path. It's a collaborative concert fundraiser. Tickets are only your $25. So you can get your ticket now. And let me put this back up. You can scan that QR code, or you can go to bit.ly Oneness Concert. So this is in person, meaning that we will not be on Zoom. There's the bit.ly right there. All right. So I hope to see you if you are in this area in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Come and join us for a wonderful evening of song and story and a good time. I'm telling you, it's on a Tuesday, y'all. So come on now, 7 p.m. I also just want to let you all know that Morning Sip with Rep Melissa will be back live for the new season right after the Labor Day holiday on September 8th. So I hope you've been enjoying the Living Life in Joy show that I have been replaying. I used to do interviews with people who are living their life in joy back in 2021 and probably part of 2022 on New Thought Media Network. So I hope you have been enjoying seeing some of the shows from that time. And that's it. So thank y'all for being with me tonight. It's wonderful to be with y'all live again. I do miss y'all. I hope y'all know that. So let me check in. Fee, it's good to see you. Good to see you, Sekou. All right, Susie made it out of Walmart. All right. Oh, thank you, Chris. Yes, I got my hair did. Yes, and Davey always makes an appearance, doesn't he? He always makes an appearance. Good day, Wayne. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm so glad that resonated with you, Chris. Thank you for being here. Hey, Redmond Young, it's good to see you. It is done, and so it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Fee says, thank you, Reb Melissa. I shall wait until the full moon on the 28th and burn it then. This was great. Davey, we miss you. Davey misses you and Sekou as well, Fee. It is gorgeous. Yes, it is gorgeous. Check out that moon. You are burning the one that you released, the thing that you are no longer carrying. So that was the first piece of paper that you wrote on. That's what you're burning. Sekou said he got a picture of the moon. We got a woohoo. Yes, we coming back live, Chris. Yes, we are. And peace in, peace out to you too, Wayne. And Fee said, Jessie is going to, yes, come on now, Fee. Jessie is going to bring down the house. She purchased two tickets to give away, gift away. So if you have a friend or a family member who doesn't have or unable to get a ticket, Fee would love to gift this ticket to that person. Fee, thank you for your generosity. That is a demonstration of abundance right there. Yes, it is. I love you too. I love you. I love you. And yes, Jesse is awesome. One ticket. Take that back. One ticket. Thank you. Thank you, Fee. Still abundant. Still abundant. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Remember, just because I'm on hiatus doesn't mean that you can't reach out. If you need support, you can do so. The best way is through social media. I am Rev Melissa. You can send me a direct message and we can set up some time to talk. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes. Yes, we are. Love y'all.